what is your mindset about this character? I mean, from almost playing voicing him, I mean, how do you view this?
Well, I also got to play him in a Japanese car commercial. So
well, that's right.
let's not forget that.
I did.
In thrilling portrayal. I'm kidding. No, you know, it's definitely ties into my life and career pretty heavily. But you know, and I had a blast getting to work with JJ's earlier draft with Brett, and you know, as happened so many times, he left the project and a new filmmaker came on who wanted to find his own Superman, and that's life. But at the same time, it afforded my career so many great opportunities that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So when they called me to play it, I was like, absolutely. It's a different beast because all you have, the only instrument you have to influence the character is your voice, to convey who he is, where he is, what his emotional state is, and that was a particular challenge. You know, have the tights and cape and the glasses to play with. So, but it was great, man. I was in really good hands with this creative team, and especially Andrea. Andrea, she's just, you know, a legend in the field. Was able to shepherd me in the right way. So it was a lot of fun.
Did you discover anything new about Superman by doing more internalization and more looking inside?
Well, it's a particular challenge when you're playing a role like this that's been so iconic for me since I was, you know, 4 or 5 years old. Because inevitably you have in the back of your head all the different interpretations from the comics to the films to the cartoons to the TV series, and so what you have to do is really focus on the story at hand and the incarnation at hand. So that's what I tried to do. And in this particular version, I think he's a very mature Superman. He's, as usual, he has a lot on his plate, but he has a very paternal instinct towards Supergirl, and he has a very protective instinct with Lois because he fears their relationship could endanger her. And so I try to keep, and he's also dealing with Brainiac, who is a pretty weighty foe, as you know, for sure. So I try to keep all that in mind and keep things with Lois outside of that a little light and flirty and, you know, do as directed. But I did get way too into it in the physical scenes. Because you take it seriously. I mean, you know, this is a role that a lot of people love and have ideas about, so you want to make sure you're staying in that wheelhouse. But when we're doing the fight scenes, I mean, I was really swinging and bouncing all around the sound room, and I'd look into the booth and they'd be laughing at me. And I was like, you want the real thing? You want a fake one? So, but we had a lot of fun. It was a good time.
Doing something like this, voiceover work, it's got to be like the greatest gig as an actor, right?
It's the greatest gig in the sense that you can show up in your pajamas and not really have to worry about all the sort of superficial aspects of that go into being in front of a camera. But it's a tough gig in that, like I said, you know, all you have is your voice to influence.
Do you think it's
the
harder
characters.
almost?
In some ways it's a lot easier, and in some ways it's a lot harder. You know, you might have to, if you don't have your face to convey an emotion, you might have to give a little more in your voice, and so it's kind of a fine line.
Andrea said that you're a big fan prior to working on this film. What cartoon movies did you like from the DC one?
I like the Dark Knight series a lot. And I'm hoping they'll branch out and do, you know, give a Flash one or some of the other characters I think have a really strong fan base, so I'm hoping they'll give them a shot too. At some point.
Oh.
Oh man, sorry guys.
Last question. First off, I find it really funny that just like your Phil Chuck actor, Adam Baldwin voiced Superman and Superman Doomsday.
Oh, he did?
Oh,
Nice,
you're
man. That's
Superman.
great. He's an amazing actor. So.
And I was going to ask,
company.
since now you're going to playing Superman in as a voice actor, have you thought about maybe you might be doing superhero parts, maybe like in a future movie? Would you ever be up for it, like playing like a superhero?
I think that'd be great, man. I think.
Like who would you want to play?
Oh gosh.
Like if you could be anyone.
Nightwing.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love Nightwing.
Just saying. Putting it out there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. Take care. Hope you guys like the movie.
Oh, okay.
Go to bikini.net. Go to bikini.net. Gonna be creepy and all that. I tell you to go down.